Why didn't they, deal with the matter? They were busy talking to traditional rulers to tell people not to even come out to protest in the first instance, instead of addressing the issues that was mentioned. You know, that is what I don't like. And then they're talking about people disrupting the business. If you look at the whole thing, most of the disruptions are sponsored. Who sponsored it? Is it not politicians? So let's call it a say. Let him treat the hunger in the land. A hungry man is an angry man, and he's likely not to have respect for law, authority, or even humanity. All is let's argue for Nigeria.
Thank you very much for calling in, Ada. She brought up quite a number of issues, all of which are related, talking about this hardship protest that is going on across the country, but in particular in the north. That's where it has sort of surprised people by the reaction of citizens over there, and in particular, underage people have just contributed to the sheer numbers, the visually disturbing pictures, and indeed actions of these people. Now, I just wanted to ask, Ada, for instance, has said that any way you look at this thing, you can trace it back to increased hardships as a result of the withdrawal of the subsidy and consequent increase in the price of fuel. And she said, and this probably gives an indication of the nature of the problem. I don't know how they're going to do it, but let them just find a way to do it. And this is the problem that government, that luxury government is not allowed. Government has been telling us what they've been telling us. What do you think that this protest sort of degenerated like this in the north? What do you think is the situation going on here? Was there intelligence? Was there not intelligence? Was there a failure of intelligence? These things, the sponsors, could then not have been neutralized? The instigators? How good do you think our intelligence performance has been in relation to this protest, especially from what we are seeing in the north?
Well, definitely the protest, took different colors in different states or in different regions, even within the same north or south. Different states reacted differently concerning this protest. However, a keen observer would have known when you call a protest hardship protest against how people are suffering in Nigeria, the first indicator or the first intelligence, if at all, is not intelligence of weapons or arms, or this is intelligence of socio-economic indices. We have the NBS reeling out, and also the United Nations Development Fund, the UNDP, every year giving us, the indicators about socio-economic index. Is it in poverty? Is it in health? Is it in education? Is it out of school children? With due respect, unfortunately, all these indices, they are worst in the northern part. So it was logical to know that when you say there's going to be a protest on hardship, you expect the most volatile, reaction in those regions. So to me, as an observer, I think that is just what played out. All the indices I said is what came in. If you talk of children, it's the out-of-school children. It is the north, unfortunately, that has a lot of out-of-school children. They are the ones that their parents cannot afford to send them to school. They are the ones that the parents don't even have housing to give them. Some of the parents don't even know where the children are going. So this explains, the various pictures we saw across the country.
Yeah.
And then back to what.
Sorry, sir. I wanted you to spend a few seconds there. I wanted you to spend a few seconds there. The varying nature of the protests from place to place across the country, ending up principally in most chaos coming from the north. What is your read of that situation?
I'm saying the socio-economic indicators, we saw them playing out in places where those indicators are very, very low. Whether you talk of health, whether you talk of school, whether you talk of education, this is what we see. Where you talk of index of poverty, lack of employment, I think we saw the regions that have the highest, the most affected, going out to go violently. Even having children on the streets, an indicator of a socio-economic indicator, because if a parent has the money or has the wherewithal to keep his child in school, the child will not even be on the street to be used. However, again, I must condemn the irresponsibility of anybody who is in charge of a protest that allows children to come and be taking part. Because I said those children, what are they fighting? What do they even know? What is going on? So there's an irresponsibility, but still it's as a basis of a poor socio-economic indices in those areas, and you can link it to bad governance. So in all honesty, whether Mr. President and other leaders, because when we say Mr. President, the point is being made that some of the problems are not solely at the federal level. You have the legislators, you have the state governors, you have the state governors who are very, very empowered now financially. They all have to take the blame for the failure of governance.
Okay, let me bring in Mazi Okorafor at this stage. I beg your pardon, sir. Sorry to have interrupted. Mazi Okorafor, good morning and thank you for holding on.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, my brother on the sky.
Good morning.
You see, the issue is this issue, whether protest or anything we call it, or crisis or anything, is preventable. We have to engage our children educationally. Let's assume that these children will engage especially those times the government normally give free food, at least which is the local government or state supposed to do. These children could have been engaged educationally, at least when maybe now they are on holiday. They could have gone home with assignments. Some of them could have gone with preparing for the new class. That new class they are preparing, it will engage them to do for programs like research, moral classes, like lessons, and equip themselves for the next academic session. But because those things are not there, those incentives that bring them to the school, which the government is supposed to, the state government and the government supposed to do, not depending on the federal government. Because when the child is engaged, I bet you, even these skill acquisition programs, ITF does that, CMD does this, other agencies, MDS does that. These children are engaged in skill acquisition in their religious organization, in their communities. They don't have time of going to do all this. Now you carrying flag of the country that you don't even know. What is the meaning of the flag you are carrying? If that will notwithstanding, the go and ask anybody that's school there how they pass, what they pass through in that very place. Is it easy for them? You are black. You are going to that place. They will really mark yourself as a non-indigent, which is a racism part of the world, which people are afraid of going. Even anybody that goes into school, when he comes back, that person is always very hard. Not to talk of telling hospital. Please, I'm just begging parents. Do not allow, I repeat, do not allow your children to be used as a weapon of mass destruction of their community.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Mazi Okorafor. Really appreciate your coming on, and thank you very much for holding on when you did. Group Captain Sadiq Garba Shehu retired, to just end up on where we started from, this whole question about the military and security agencies reiterating their commitment to defend democracy. It's whereas it might be welcome, it's also a bit worrying that they came in and you've sort of spoken about it and spoke along those lines, but you said it is the nature of the beast. It's the situation that we find ourselves in and things that are going on social media that sort of compelled the military to speak, especially those who are speaking about a government change. The military needed to come out and say, absolutely nothing, no deal, nothing. We're not interested. So you maintain that they did the right thing in that regard. I fear you might not have heard me. Group Captain, did you
Hello?
hear? Did you hear
yes,
me?
I'm here.
Yes, I just.
Yes, yes, go ahead.
I doubled back to where we began from, and you're defending or explaining the reason for the military to come out and make the statement that they were absolutely committed to democracy. In fact, they were reiterating their position. So you said that it was it was necessary. Yes. It was necessary in the circumstances.
It was necessary given our context in Nigeria, given the stage where our democracy is, given the fact that also some of the demonstrators have come out to say we want military to come back. So like I said, there is the twin need first to dissuade those who think the military can come back, to tell them that, look, military does not take that big. Secondly, to assure, and I'm sure the political masters, they are a bit jittery, for hearing the military come out and say we are not for it, that gives us some assurance. But I underline that in very well advanced democracies, that will not even be necessary.
Exactly.
It will not even be necessary.
Thank you very much for the context in which you put
advanced democracy,
it.
it will not,
We don't have any more time. We don't
again.
have any more time, Group Captain.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for making time for us this morning, Group Captain.
Yes.
Sadiq Garba Shehu, Security Consultant, CEO, Conflict Security and Development Consultants Limited. He's a former military man, and as he said, there are things that he's not in the military anymore, but these are his informed opinions based on his professionalism. Thank you very much once again, Group Captain Retired. Okay, that's our program. Do please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folare. Bye-bye for now.